All right, so welcome back to Cook With Me. Today I have Natalie, one of my star students, and we're going to be talking about pancakes. So, first off, what you need are your basic ingredients. We've got eggs, baking powder, sugar, melted butter, we have some milk, flour, and then you can add some other things to it. Today we're going to add some vanilla and some cinnamon. Make sure you have a nice mixing bowl and a whisk. Pretty simple. All right, so Natalie, you're going to start off with an egg. Crack that in there. Make sure no shell, right? Of course. Okay, you put that to the side and whip that up. All right. So once you get your egg whipped up, you're going to add in about 3/4 cup milk, 3/4 to a cup. We'll add that in, we'll mix that up. Next, the sugar. And now we'll start to add the flour into it. Give or take some of the flour. You can kind of gauge it when you're mixing it. If it gets too thick, you can add more milk in. If it's too thin, you can add a little bit more flour. So just kind of, see as you go. So we'll add some more milk in. Now you want the batter to be thin enough to pour, but you don't want it to be like crepe batter. Crepe batter is more on the watery side, and you don't want it too thick because you want to be able to pour out nice, even pancakes. All right, so it's starting to come together. If you have a couple lumps in your pancakes, that's okay. The last thing you want to do is overmix the batter because then you'll get tough pancakes. So now we're going to add in just a splash of vanilla, maybe about a tablespoon or half a tablespoon. Depends if you like the flavor, add a little bit more. And a little bit of cinnamon. Again, depending on how much you like, you can add more or less. It's up to you. It's just pancakes. And then last, we'll add in some melted butter. It's about a tablespoon of melted butter. All right, so while she finishes that up, I'm going to get a pan nice and hot. All right, so a key factor to pancakes is having a hot pan. If it's too cold, they're going to stick. They're not going to rise right. If it's too hot, just the same, it's going to burn. So you got to make sure it's the right temperature. All right, so we'll let that kind of heat up. We'll use whatever leftover butter we had just to kind of grease up the pan a little bit. All right. So what do you think? Is it mixed enough?
Perfect.
All right, looks good. So waiting for this to get nice and hot. You can kind of expect to lose your first pancake while you're kind of getting the pan temperature right. So if you lose the first one, not a big deal. Just start with a small one, and that way if it goes wrong, you just lose a little one. Not a big deal. All right, so let's see. Now, you want to give it a shot? Pour some batter in. All right.
Okay. That's good.
Okay. And again, pancakes don't have to be perfect. They could be round or kind of round. It's really up to you. If you're doing it at home, not a big deal. Traditionally, pancakes, nice and round. You can use a ladle to help pour it out, and just kind of let it sit and do its thing. Now, you'll notice you'll see bubbles coming through the pancake, and that's usually when you know it's getting ready to be done or ready to be flipped. So we'll let it sit, and we'll see how that first one turns out.
What's your favorite pancake, Chef?
My favorite pancakes?
Yeah.
Any pancakes with peanut butter on them. That's my favorite. So peanut butter and syrup. I'm a sucker for it. Pancakes are nice because they're quick. They're easy for breakfast. And they're your basic ingredients. All right. You can start to see there's a little smoke coming off the edge of the pancake. It's kind of bubbling through.
I think it's time to flip it.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's see how it looks.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
All right. So far, it's coming together. It takes practice. Natalie's first time making pancakes, so.
My first time.
Yeah. So it's looking good. All right. So the color's good. Just kind of demolished it a little bit. That's all right. we'll make another one after this one. So you can see the pan's nice and hot. See a little bit of steam coming off of here. Another way to check if your pan is ready is if you drop a little bit of water onto the pan, it should kind of steam and dissipate and kind of dance around. That's how you know it's hot enough. So we'll put this one on the plate, and let's do just one more. See the spatula here. We'll pour a little bit of batter into the middle. All right. We'll turn the heat down just a little bit. Again, you want to control your heat. So this recipe, you could probably make about 5 large pancakes and maybe 9 smaller pancakes. Silver dollar pancakes or something like that. What about you, Natalie? Who makes the best pancakes in town?
I really like Toast Cafe. They
All
make
right.
really good pancakes there.
So shout out to Toast Cafe. All right. For me, I definitely try to stay away from IHOP, but there's a few places that make good pancakes. I just like them light and fluffy. That's really all I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll see this one's starting to kind of bubble through. Turn the heat back up just a little bit. What do you like to put on your pancakes?
Chocolate chips.
Chocolate chips? Okay.
And chocolate syrup on top.
And chocolate syrup.
Big chocolate fan.
And then you eat that with chocolate milk.
I actually don't like chocolate milk.
You don't like chocolate milk? Okay. All right, so you might be able to see it. There's bubbles coming through. And again, you see like a little bit of smoke coming around the edge of the pan. That's when the pancake's almost ready to get turned. All right, so let's see what we got. Hopefully it doesn't stick. Oh, it's a little dark. Natalie burned this one.
I burnt it. Mine actually came out perfectly brown.
So it's a learning process, as you can see. Some come out darker, some come out lighter. So if you do this, just make sure you don't cook the other side as much, and then you can serve that side up, and that way it looks good. All right. Look at that, perfect pancake.
Can't even see the burn.
Can't even see the bottom. All right. So that's your basic pancake. So you guys can see just a difference, since this is a learning curve. One side just cooked for a little while. This one cooked a little bit less. This side cooked a little too high. So there are variations of cooking your pancakes. Personally, this is probably too dark. You're looking for a color like this, nice and light and fluffy. Tear into it. It should be hot in the middle, nice and fluffy. All right. So that's basic pancakes. Some come out better, some come out worse. It's a learning curve. You got to start somewhere. So that's Pancakes. It's Natalie. I'm Chef Rick Leece, and thank you guys.